Peace, peace, power, soul, and activation. This is the Next Nuclear Radio Show. I am your host, Zireus Razus Nuclear, leader amongst ones and other leaders here as the United Futurtarians moving forward. Next now, again, we are the United Futurtarians moving forward as ones, walking with ones on this extended day, like all other days. We're continuously extending our souls and minds forward, pushing forward as again ones, walking with ones in this power state, as the true 11, again the true breakers in this power state, the breakers of the dualistic energy of the positive and negative. So again, a peace, power, soul, and activation to us vegetarians again, and a peace, power, and soul activation to those newborns of Generation Alpha that will hear these lives in the future. Again, instantly 11 seconds after, hearing our voices, hearing the frequencies from our voices, hearing the intel from our voices is ultimately going to, further activate them and again, speed things up here on this planet, because the further, the more activated souls and minds operating in this space and place, the faster things will begin to, accelerate, or everything will begin to accelerate forward, on that natural frequency or on that natural pace, like it's supposed to, like it should have been a long time ago, or like it's going through and going to right now. So peace, power, soul activation to us. When it comes to this particular broadcast, it's going to be a very, very powerful one, as far as further focusing on what ultimately matters is the future, our future. We can't keep trying to involve ourselves with everyone else, or for the ones who do, you can't keep involving yourself in the problems and the concerns and the worries of, again, people who don't really want a solution, or who really don't want a solution to their problems. That's why, again, the only power that is being pulled in is through us coming together, counseling, and further uniting as, again, future souls, future minds, bringing forth this next intelligence to bring forth the utopia. So yes, again, we are once walking with ones. Again, as we're always saying, bringing forth power as the 11,111 to the 111 power, which is more exponential growth and more exponential solar connections in these upper and outer dimensions. Again, more power, leveling up next now. So yes, very, very, what you say, extended day, as far as, bringing forth, I would say in this power state, just that outside looking in observation here in this space. Again, we just got to keep pushing forward. We have to keep pushing forward, and we have to just, look at everything for what it really is. We can't keep, for those ones who keep trying to, tell us that it's, feeding us shit and saying it's sugar. That's just not, we don't see the world like you all do, like regulars do. We see the world as, again, this is just a test, more so just for us, a mental test, because the physical test, that's nothing. But then when it all boils down to you, people who, again, who are mentally stable, or, mentally at a 1 or a 2 versus the ones who are mentally at a 3, 4, or 5 or 6, again, being able to, balance, and, but you say balance your physical self, and then again, balance your, your soul, and further adapt and keep moving forward. The only way that we keep doing that is further focusing on today's topic, which is focusing on the extended picture, focusing on the, again, how we are going to, really tackle on fixing this planet. That's really what matters. What ways are we going to take, as far as, step by step, to rebuild this planet, or further move it into that state of balance? Because all we keep hearing people is, all they're doing is talking, but again, there are no actions. People are still caught up in the physical, and the physical aspect is just not getting us where we need to be or where we should be, actually. That's why, again, it's all about mind over matter. And again, most people's minds are still caught up in, again, the physical aspect of so-called evolution, but really they're just looking into, they want to be revolved through revolution. So that's why now it's like, coming to this particular point, and coming to realize that, our focus should be on the future. There is no other focus. There is nothing else. There isn't anything else. Again, we can't keep trying to push, or for those ones, because I can't keep saying we, but those ones who keep doing that, it's like there really isn't anything else. It's like how I always say, everybody wants to sweep the elephant, or sweep all of the raw bits, or the actual meat of the problem. They want to brush to the side or sweep it under the rug instead of addressing it. And again, further coming into counsel, because again, people don't realize that again, when we're talking about the counsel or counseling, yeah, because a lot of people need counseling because of, again, what's going to take place as far as these increased mental breakdowns here on the planet. They're going to need something to help them, have that mental coping mechanism as far as like how they have it right now. But again, there's going to come a point to where, again, your TikTok, again, YouTube, all these different things to, again, act as mental stimulation or mental suppression, ultimately it's not going to work. Because again, the future is ultimately going to make itself known. The future is going to make itself known. That reality that, hey, again, I'm still here. That, like I said, that so-called elephant in the room that ultimately is like, y'all see me standing here, but y'all don't want to acknowledge. So there's that whole acknowledgement process of, again, what the bigger picture is. So what is the bigger picture? People might ask, okay, futuritarians, well, what's the bigger picture? What do we see as the bigger picture, or what should we be focusing on as a bigger picture? And that is, again, focusing on, again, for one, getting your mind right. Before you can even move forward, you have to get your mind right. How can you move in any direction when your mind is not what you say clear, or not what you say having that laser focus, that laser, what you say, laser focus, pretty much. So that's why now it's like, there's nothing else to talk about but the future. That's why, again, anything that you hear these so-called teachers talk about, these teachers or these so-called leaders or whatnot, a part of organizations, again, all they're going to be talking about is the same shit that they've been talking about for what, how we're always saying, they've been talking about the same shit for the last 9 decades. It's again, nothing next has come except for us futuritarians. And we're going to keep saying that because, again, you're going to have people talking about these same, historical events like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and all these different events, and, all these so-called, black, because again, it wasn't last month Black History, and I'm really surprised that, this particular year, there wasn't so much hype about Black History, because motherfuckers know that Black History truly, again, is bullshit. Again, we're not calling ourselves black, but we should be talking about the golden future or the soul future, what our souls will be doing moving forward as we begin to rebuild this planet or rebuild the society, or not even that, just, again, bring forth this new utopia that we've always been talking about. Nothing else matters. Whether y'all focusing your souls and minds on, let's say, with the war, like Badea talked about, that whole Ukraine and Russia shit. Like, what does that have to do with you? We're here in America, still going through the same cycle. Again, we hear news from other countries, but other than that, again, has that really affected your life? Has it really affected your life? Have things really shifted and changed for you personally? No. That's why, again, it just shows you where y'all minds at. where most folks' minds are at. Okay, yeah, we can still focus on the tangible things, and even if there's the whole gathering aspect as far as in a community or organizations, yes, okay. Then what's after that? There's still for us, having to go through all that we went through, so-called being slaves, so-called all of this for what they say. 6,000 years or whatnot, all of this, being under somebody again, and y'all still don't have the urgency to get up off your asses and do anything, actually, produce, to actually, you know, think to yourselves like, wow, okay, we're still answering to these people, these fucking humans. And again, we're not the ones calling the fucking shots because it's just too many goddamn cowards, too many fucking lukewarm ass niggas. It's too many people that are not focusing on the extended picture or for anything focusing on the picture at all. Again, they can't even see the fucking extended picture, let alone look at the real picture because again, they're so mentally goddamn gone. So right now I'm bringing forth brother AF1 again. Check him out every Monday and Tuesday as FUTURTARIANS Activation Channel at 8:30 CST on Podbean, YouTube, and Podbean as FUTURTARIANS Activation Channel. So yes, focusing on the extended picture because again, just like how people, if you want to go back to, if we can, people don't understand this, we can go back to the whole, information side where, again, where the whole people like to talk about the Big Bang Theory, everything, again, our galaxy just didn't, just appear out of nowhere. So there was a whole lot of what you say intelligent expansion or what you say outer distant expansion that came by way of intelligence. And in so many words, as we have what you say been in this state, and we are, I guess, time relatively I mean relativity basically outside of this space and place, again, it's not registerable. There's no time. Everything is just it's further expansion, it's further growth on a hyperactive level. So, then when it comes to us, again, like I said, looking at the bigger picture, everything, is constantly growing and constantly expanding. So again, our intelligence is constantly expanding. So again, 4 or 5 years ago, we weren't, able to think and process this fast and off this level. So just within 5 years isn't that long, but to some people who are getting caught up in the physical, yeah, 5 years is a long ass time. But for us, that's like a breeze, that ain't shit. Because again, our minds are not caught up in this physical mess, dealing with the rituals and routines that will make you mentally and physically feel like you're tired and exhausted or feel like you've done a lot within 5 years, but 5 years is not even anything. We can accomplish a lot of things within 5 years based on our accurate and calculated moves, based on again what we're pulling in and seeing as the bigger picture, as a collective. Again, what we are pulling and seeing as a collective council here, and again as vegetarians, and again that's again classified because again we understand and understand what's really important, what's purposeful. Again, either, like I said all the time, either you are extendable or expendable. So again, will your mind extend or will it be expelled, or will it be constantly looped, caught up, and subject to that hamster wheel mind process, that stagnant, malignant mindset? Next now. So peace, power, soul, activation to us. We are ones, walking with ones, walking with ones. I kind of started off a little shaky, but again, dealing with this physical shit, just gotta just put your shades on and just, move past this shit because they can't stop us. Because again, not saying that we're what you say targeted individuals, but again, I'm just saying that when power truly don't play, and we're true power, and again, everything that we do, we would you say brighten the room, or we're impactful. So we always leave our mark behind. And again, moving forward, we have to grow. We must keep extending forward. So again, we're not going to let our brightness get dim because of somebody's mental weaknesses, mental flaws that they can't come to grips with and further evolve away from and into a next frame of thinking and living next now. So again, I'm just saying that because, it has to be said. Don't limit yourself. Don't allow someone to dim your flame or dim your solar aura shield. because again, they feel, the intensity of you growing, or, again, because we're letting go to grow. So certain people can't come with us on this journey as far as into the future, and so be it. It has to be that way because again, either you choose the future versus the past and present, and I had to come to grips with that a couple of days ago, just thinking to myself like, shit, do I really want to, you know, be tempted, or, look at the past and present and, oh, I'm comfortable presently, but in the future, I can be extended socially and mentally. That's why, ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. We're on the move. Hell yeah. Because again, getting comfortable and getting stagnant again, you will be subject to those parasites that again, that see your brightness, or that see your radiance as a radiated soul, as a radiated mind. And again, it just what parasites do. And again, we're moving forward past all of that. So I'm just saying to say that because again, maybe somebody needs to hear that, or I'm just saying in general, dealing with me, and just in general, just saying like it's so much that people don't understand that we go through as vegetarians, being, true shifters of this planet, that again, people would just, if they were regular minded people, they would just tap out and just give up. But no, we push forward because the extended picture, or the extended future, is what's really important. And that picture, again, us seeing that is real. Again, the consequences of not fulfilling this, look, the consequences of not fulfilling this, this evolutionary shift is way more what you say is the penalty of not doing what we have to do is, what you say gives me more of a push, or more of an activated boost, versus again, breaking somebody's heart, or basically, somebody being, what you say, not okay with the decision to move forward. So that's why our push forward, and yeah, that's why we don't care what anybody has to say. Because at the end of the day, again, no one else is going to show us the way to further move the planet forward. We have to come up with our own method, our own way of, again, extension. We had examples like Brother F1 said, the Olmecs, the Egyptians, these great people before us gave us blueprints to go beyond them, and not to copy what they did and do what they did, trying to be like them, trying to talk like them. No, we got to move forward and move beyond that. That's why focusing on the extended picture is what's really important. Nothing else matters. As the galaxy expands, as our planet expands, our minds and souls should expand. That's logical. Why would you, again, y'all up there eating fucking, what's it, hamster, rabbit food and hamster food, but y'all could be eating at the fucking table where there's a fucking giant feast dealing with intelligence. Big ass grapes, big ass cups of, we up here feasting on intelligence, but y'all want to fucking, y'all choose to be mediocre. Y'all choose to be fucking, like, just, again, parasitic soulfully and mentally. Because again, it's just, we already know who we are. Some souls just not gonna be able to move forward. And that's the way it is. The council says this as ones walking with ones, and we see this as ones walking with ones, walking with ones. True power, true souls, true minds. Next now, bringing forth the Futurtarians activation channel and the Next Nuclear Radio Show. So, Brother F1, if you want to chime in, tap in, you can hand right now. So, yes, peace, power, soul, activation.
Peace, power, stone activation. Just the topic I'm focusing on, being extended, man. It's because I always break down the word extended because it's Xing out the 10. Xing out the 10 and going past that, because once you stay at the 10 level, what's next after that? It's the 11, the ones with the ones. There is nothing else on the planet when you're dealing with just mind power and going through every leader and every teacher before us. The reason why it didn't work with them is because they stayed on the intel frequency. The information frequency. They always had to be taught something. That's why we're not teachers. We are receivers. There's a difference. If you're a teacher, you have to be taught something. That's the difference between receiver and teacher. And just keeping everything extended, even dealing with the preachers. Preachers have to be taught something. And what do? It's like when you hear people talk, And it's so funny now dealing with the age of Aquarius back, because now everybody's going to know what we're saying is reality. It's like when you looking at these preachers and these teachers, and what they do, man, they move your emotions. That's their plan. They have to move your emotions, because then after they move your emotions, what happens? You become blindfounded to what? Currency. You become blindfounded to currency. So everything that you give moved emotionally makes you do what? Go in your pocket. Go on your man. Shout out to all the preachers and the teachers out there that's just scamming you zeros. I'm just gonna say it like that. Man, shout out to all the preachers, all the teachers out there that's scamming you zeros. Why the hell man, that little money ain't nothing, man. That's how you know they parasites. That little money ain't shit. It really ain't. If you come together and you work as a fucking collective, money ain't gonna mean nothing. Whenever you got a plot on somebody's pockets and really come with a scheme to get people to pay you, it's like you really ain't shit. You just a parasite, leech, and a vulture, man. Because the mind's gonna always be stronger than money. People gonna say, "Oh, it takes money to run stuff. It takes money to live." We understand all that. Are we homeless? Are we homeless? Do we have money? That's the point I'm making. So why you see these teachers and these preachers, man, they just want to con y'all because they know that y'all are zeros. They know y'all mentally gone, man, with mental illness. And like I said, man, shout out to all the teachers and the preachers out there, man, that's just scamming you zero ass nothing motherfuckers that's on the planet that ain't trying to move shit forward. You can't even, like I was talking to the brothers, man, you can't even be mad at the scammers and the preachers, man. You got to be mad at yourself for giving them your money. You're not being extended. You're not Xing out the 10. Have to X out the 10, man, and move to the ones with the ones. This is galactical code systems, man. This is not rocket science. So now what does that make you? It just makes you somebody who's vulnerable. Somebody who has either a mental illness or, a problem with your emotion in dealing with your emotions. And people see that weakness, man. It's just like the damn jungle. It's just like the jungle, man. You'll see a lion or a jackal or something, and it might be an injured giraffe, right? They're gonna go for the healthy one, or they're gonna go for the injured one. Now I'm talking on a mind frame. They're gonna go for the injured giraffe. Doesn't take they know that. Even animals know that. So then you go on to intelligent minds, people that are really smart. They know that y'all mentally crippled. Y'all mentally crippled. Everybody is on the cyberverse looking for something. Especially when the cyberverse came out, man. When the cyberverse came out, these parasites, man, these leeches, and man, it was a free for all, a frenzy. And it still is to this day. It still is to this day, man. Having the extended picture, man. You have to paint your picture and just keep going. Paint another picture. Paint another picture. Paint another. Don't even focus on that picture you painted yesterday. Focus on the next picture you thinking about painting next week. And that's what we keep telling y'all. Because now the Futurtarians is back, man. Now everything's going to make everything. See, when you talking without information, but then you saying futuristic stuff that makes sense, people can't argue with it. They flee away from it because they know it's reality. They know it's reality, but the problem is with them is they have to understand and accept that shit is a futuristic and stuff is going to move forward regardless. And people don't want to accept that. People like the old world order. People like the old world order. They like it. They like the old world order, man. And sit there and act like this and that. And when George Bush, go back and look at George Bush, the President George Bush, not junior, I'm talking about senior. And he has said that back in the day, and he was going through a broad. It's probably on the internet, but he said, man, it is the new world order. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes, and actually, well, y'all ain't got the scanning process, so y'all just. When he has said that, He wasn't talking about them. They've been warning y'all for the last freaking 4 decades. They've been warning y'all for the last 4 decades. Go back and look at Charlie Sheen. They pulled half his videos off the internet because he was warning his people that, dude, y'all finished. Charlie Sheen done tapped into the upper dimensions. He tapped in. He seen what was going on. Like, oh, hell no. Like, it's Hancock. He kept saying, Hancock. Hancock. He was warning his own people like, dude, man, there's some power shit coming. He's like, man, we can't do shit about this. No, because even when you look at that senator, go back and look at that senator. It was like in the 1950s or 30s or 40s or something like, no, probably like the 50s or 60s. And the senator said, when he was talking about black people, he said, there's going to be a point where, we will be beneath them again. Who you think he was talking about? When you have your mindset already focused on how stuff is run, how society's ran, how you keep everything in order to keep people fucking protected and move shit forward through the future, everything becomes simple. Everything becomes more simpler every day. Because when you don't walk with fear, you don't walk with fear. This is the main reason why you don't walk with fear, because you can't get rid of a soul. You can't get rid of a soul, so why are you walking around with fear anyway? I'm not talking about care and concern. People have care and concern. That's what I was explaining to this one chick. You know, she's like, you don't care about my emotions. No, I don't. I got care and concern for you, but I care less about your emotions. That's your personal problem that you have to deal with. That has nothing to do with me. You want to rub your emotions off on me. And I'm like, that shit don't even move nothing forward, man. Care and concern is different than emotions. And then when you break everything down logically to them, they can't even argue with you. Then they just have to do what? Go in the bathroom, look in the damn mirror. Go in the bathroom and look in the mirror. Look at these people that's on the cyberverse right now that's teaching, man. Every time, man. Like, I done said a couple of things about how I messed up in life, this and that, because ain't nobody perfect. We understand that. But it's like, just look, everybody is talking about everybody. They just need to go. They just need to turn the microphone on and just tell them everything that they did in their fucked up life. Speak upon that. Speak upon what people been talking about your own life, man. It's so weird because we activated, so we be sitting there and they be like, yeah, you know, this guy and they can't do this. I'm like, dude, go in the bathroom and look in the mirror. And then when you do that, then you might be able to get to the activation level and to the intel level and just accept everything for what it is and quit worrying about what everybody else is doing. Even dealing with AF1, man, we got a teacher that always just wanted to come over here and go to war with us. I'm like, dude, that's suicide. We ain't even giving you no attention no more. 10, the number 10, chin, because we at the 11. Why would we give you attention and we at the 11ish? It's just that simple. Then when you see like people come over here that listen to these videos and they can't argue, they can't do nothing, man, because all they do, man, Google, Siri, and Alexa, Webster dictionaries, and the fucking encyclopedia is gonna be their guide until they die. Oh yeah, and Kindle too. I forgot to throw Kindle in there. I work with somebody and it's so funny because she's always reading books and I be looking at her like because I understand why she has to read books, man, because it's a mental illness. She's not even reading the right books because she's not futuristic. Like I tell you, man, we ain't telling y'all what books to read, man. Y'all ain't over here, you ain't gonna know. Just that simple. Just go be looped, go stay in meta, this and that, man. Let the big dogs handle the real videos, the real intel. Why do you think these videos don't push like they're supposed to push? Anybody that's triggering somebody's emotions on a massive scale, they're going to get pushed real quick. Look at all these fallen angels, all these teachers that's on the cyberverse right now, man, because they're not being extended. because now they got the same mind frame as their followers. That's why they grow so quick. Somebody do a YouTube channel. They'll do a YouTube channel. Start it tomorrow. They can start the YouTube channel tomorrow. If they talk about everything that's informational on information, their channel is going to grow at a consistent pace. I saw it. I saw it. I saw a sister. She had went on the internet and she still deals with tarot cards and sage and incense and stuff like that. But I was doing a test because she started her channel. I said, okay. I said, she only had like 8 subscribers and I followed her. Man, she blew up so quick. That's a red flag right there. When you ever blow up that fast, you ain't talking about nothing, man. You ain't moving nothing forward, or you are, or as a consumer and a parasite. You have to feed off somebody else's energy and not receive nothing next from the future. And that's just the way it is, man. That's why people don't come over here, man. When you're dealing with teachers, man, teachers on the internet, they hear what we're talking about and they're like, man, their mind, they actually probably have to pop a Tylenol or something. After they hear these videos, they're like, what the hell? Like, where did they validate this from? What book are they getting this from? No, because we deal with Google and Siri, Alexa every day. I go on Google, Siri, and Alexa, I'll type in something that actually makes sense and it'll say no results. So who's in the future and who's not? Peace, Palm Souls, the activated AF1. Shout out to the United Futurtarian Council seats, the real United Council seats. And I'm going to go ahead and let one of the other brothers chime in.
Brother Cosmo, would you like to add? Okay. So yes, wonderful breakup by Brother AF1. Check him out on his pod being every Monday and Tuesday as Futurtarians Activation Channel at 8:30 CST. Again, Futurtarians Activation Channel at 8:30 CST, and Futurtarians Activation Channel on YouTube. So yes, dealing with the topic at hand, focusing, and also wonderful breakup by Brother AF1 again, because all we bring forth is again intelligence, the intel that breaks up what's believed here, what people think is reality, but it's not reality. Hello. Say reality's knocking on the door. Reality's knocking, and again, y'all don't want to answer the damn door because again, because we're here. The future is here. And again, as we keep on saying, there's no excuse as to why things shouldn't be moving faster than the way they are right now. So, yes, focusing on the extended picture, focusing on the picture as far as, well, the advanced picture or the extended picture, because that's ultimately what's next. There isn't anything else for us to, offer and give this world anymore. We didn't pour our energy from generation to generation up until this very point, and now we're saying, fuck catering to this system, fuck needing validation from anybody besides, again, ourselves, validating ourselves. Other than that, we don't need people from the outside looking in trying to tell us how to move forward. So moving forward, there's no, like I said, there's no focus on the past and present. People at the past and present, y'all just become faded background noise. Faded background noise. All that static energy that we hear when y'all talk, because y'all ain't saying fucking shit. Y'all never was saying shit. But because we're raising our souls and minds into a high vibration again, all that static, because we are distancing ourselves, we are separating ourselves from, all of the chaos and all of that madness. And we have unplugged from the 3D and we continuously stay tapped in. We're staying tapped in into the fourth and beyond, because the extended bigger picture, or the extended picture, is ultimately, again, the future. All we are talking about, that we are about, is future involvement, again, future soul and mind involvement, because that ultimately is going to bring forth a shift. Not giving people, what they want to hear, telling them what they don't want to hear, telling them, hey, you're fucking up, so let's move things forward. How about you do better and we all do better? No one's perfect, but all we're saying is, again, all like Brother Ed a lot that we did last talking about, from black inventions to future intel, because again, motherfuckers stopped at the inventions. They tapped in and then they just gave up. There is no giving up, because there's consequences to giving up, and that's what we had to experience. for these last however many years and decades it took for us to come to being soulfully and mentally activated. So yes, yes. Focusing on the extended picture is what is pushing. Is motivate. That's motivational. That's motivating because we get to push our minds to whole next levels that have not been done. Again, we're pioneers. Like I said all the time, we're pioneers carving out a whole next path. That path that has not, again, been charted yet. Uncharted energies, uncharted intel. That's why it can't be found on Google Siri Alexa, because it's uncharted. It has not been pulled, or it has not been, would you say, uploaded or put inside the system, unless we are putting it in, because we're the only ones bringing forth future intelligence. We're the only ones bringing forth future intel next now. We're the only ones bringing forth power, collective power. Again, talking about, and like I said, the equation for soul transforming and transferring is simple. I always say it: 11,111 to the 111 power. That equation, or that sequence of numbers, shows the gradual ascension, the gradual powering up, the exponential growth that is taking place as us in this organic physical world. We are coming together as ones, walking with ones. And once a number of us come together, it's over with. It's over with. True power, true soul, mind activation. So, yes. Brother Cosmo, if you like to add, or Brother AF1, but before I pass the mic over, I just gotta say this, what's next? Tell us what's next. Y'all hear these videos, but y'all don't say anything, because y'all know it's reality. It's reality because, again, y'all know within the back of y'all mind there ain't shit else out here. Y'all have to keep on feeding your mental illnesses by, again, keep being looped. Y'all have to loop your own selves, because y'all know y'all and it's crazy. It's crazy because they have to loop their own selves, because they know shit isn't out here. So again, they know what they're doing to themselves. They know what they're doing as far as the whole 10 frequency, the ones that control zeros. Again, there's no hiding. There's no running. Again, at the end of the day, this shit, again, as the walls get closer and closer, like I said, they're in a room where all the walls are closing in. And again, again, what you gonna do? You can't do shit but just sit up there and just accept it. Accept that y'all are not necessary anymore. Y'all served your purpose. And again, our focus is only on what is next, the future, going outside of the whole teacher and student mindset. That's all, like Brother F made a video talking about graduating past sensei, because graduating past the sensei ultimately is what we have done. Graduating past your master teachers, again, all those teachers, all those people that ultimately, again, who have that false bravado, like they're, higher than now, and no, everyone, again, it's an equal playing field, goddamn it. Again, moving.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny because I'm glad you touched on that, because when you look at these teachers on the cyberverse, right, they don't never have no consistent nothing. You notice that? They don't have no consistent. You know how many people they have on their show?
Right.
Right? They don't never have no consistent shit like we do. You notice that? Because they do it for different purposes. Dealing with the fallen angels, man. They've been doing this stuff for fucking millenniums. This is not nothing new. Now the true ones is back and they're like, fuck. Like, damn, man, the gig is up, man. Y'all been doing this stuff, man. And they never have, man. You can go to any teacher on the cyberverse, right? They're not Xing out the 10. They're not being extended. They're not painting a picture for next week or next month. They're painting a picture for now. They're painting a picture for now, not next month, not next week, they're just painting it for now. That's why when you see them on the cyberverse, man, when they got guests on their shows, it's always somebody that might pop back up. They might pop in like, 1 month, and then 3 months, 4 months, 6 months down the road, they might pop back up on their show, but it's not consistent. There's no consistency, because what they do this shit for, they do it for their own personal gain. And that's just reality, man. They do it for their own personal gain. So now people got to sit back and they got to wonder, like, what's after that? What's moving forward after that? Like, if you're dealing with the Futurtarians, man, like we ain't playing no games with nobody out here, man. We really ain't. That's why we sit in the cut and we let people body themselves. We let them body themselves because there's no reason to be going through the cyberverse and going tit for tat and going back and forth with somebody when you know they ain't in the future. You already know they ain't in the future, so why even put that energy there? Either they over here or they're not. Ain't nothing else after this. This the United Council, man. We back to real United Council. You see, go on YouTube right now. Go on YouTube right now and type in United Nations and see what they talking about. Russia, Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine.
They ain't saying shit.
They ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying a damn thing, man. You know what I mean? They ain't saying nothing, man. So the thing about this moving forward through this three-dimensional realm, man, and being tapped into the upper dimensions, man, and being tapped into every being that's in the solar system right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people, man, you messing with powers that they have no idea about. I see it. I saw it. Like I was telling the brothers of Reyes, I said, man, I was downtown St. Paul. Don't even have to do nothing. I'm downtown St. Paul. There was two brothers across the street. He upped the gun on them. I guess they had beef. Out of nowhere. Nobody even called the police. Nobody called the police. Man, it was like one police officer pulled up, another one pulled up from this way, another one. And I'm sitting there looking at, and then he put his gun up like, oh shit, like, goddamn, like, where all these police officers come from? Cause I'm standing around there. That's why. Ain't nobody even call them. This the seen and the unseen. That's why I tell people, man, it's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap like saran paper, man. And there's multiple scenarios. I always use that scenario because I already said that on the cyberverse. So there's other scenarios I saw also where motherfuckers just pop up out of nowhere. Wondering why all this stuff is happening in Minneapolis, Minnesota. How ironic that I live up here in Minneapolis and Minnesota. How many police shootings happen in Minneapolis and Minnesota within the last 2 years? Maybe no, because the first one was Philando was bullshit. That one was bullshit, man. Philando just got that was a bullshit shooting with Philando and all that stuff, man. But I scanned that whole situation. I'm not even finna tell y'all on the cyberverse because I go Google. Y'all gonna have to start doing your own shit. Go Google the city where Philando got shot at and see how big it is. Then going into No, fuck that shit. No, but I understood why that happened. And it's a bigger reason why, man, because sacrifices have to be made. But when sacrifices is being made and you ain't sign up for them, that's power. That's true power, man. Sacrifices is up here every other fucking 6 months in Minnesota. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, but I'm just saying, like, when shit happens, you have to deal with it. There might be another brother up here that just get popped by the police just because it's too much. The rays that are coming down on this planet, man, it's just too much power. It's just too much. It's too much power, man. Go back, look you got Philando, you had George Floyd. What was the other one? Dante Wright. Now they finna put the other 3 police officers that was with the police officer that killed George Floyd. They finna go on trial up here, man. Ain't nothing but blocked off streets up here, man, and National Guard. Because subconsciously they're protecting something else that y'all don't even know about. But you have to have a diversion to make sure people like, oh no, why are they here? You gotta put something else there. Divert everybody over here, and the real reason why they're here. That's why I tell people, man, ain't nothing else on the planet, man. It's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap like saran paper, man. United FUTURTARIAN Council seats, man. Man, look at Ukraine and Russia right now. Right, man. Shout out to the Ukrainians, man. Shout out for the Ukrainians, man, for standing their goddamn ground over there. They standing their ground. They ain't playing no games, man. They putting gasoline in bottles and just like, fuck it. But defend your nation. Wherever you was born at, defend that shit. And you got a lot of people that left Ukraine. Then you have the ones that stayed there. Them are the motherfuckers that I will ride with. The motherfuckers that stayed there. Stand your motherfucking ground, man. Simple as that. You know, but see, that's when you go back to the purpose of that shit, the purpose of why it's happening, man, because they already know, man, the reign of the people that's running the planet right now, the reign that they're on, man, it can't keep going that way. Y'all want green energy. Y'all want electric cars. Y'all want fucking solar panels. Y'all want fucking water energy, wind energy, magnet energy. So the only way you're gonna get it is over here. That's it. Plastic out the ocean. There is nothing else. This planet has to move forward, and it's gonna move forward. Either you're gonna be on board or not. We don't even care no more, man. We're going to keep putting these videos out. We're going to keep moving the minds of the Futurtarians, and we're going to keep doing what we do. Because I've saw situations, man, where it was going south, and then all of a sudden, intervention. That quick. Straight up intervention. So, shout out to the Futurtarians, United Futurtarians, man. We just be sitting in the cut chilling, man, because, man, when you're dealing with millenniums, when you're dealing with millions and millions and millions and millions of years, we've been going through this shit. We've been going through this shit for millions of years. This is nothing new to us. People are not activated. They didn't activate their junk DNA. That's why they called it junk, because they knew it was a strain that could be attached to you through what? The unseen. And once activation came, man, it was over with, man. It was over with. And fire topic by the brother Zarez. Zarez, I can go all night with this, man. I'll let you tap in. I'll let the brother Cosmos tap in.
Yeah. Peace, power, and soul, activation Futurtarians. It's been a pretty extended day. Beautiful breakouts by both brothers AF1 and Zarez. I wanted to say, focusing on the extended picture, the future in this world that's changing, and what is the change, as well as everything is not ever going to stay the same, of course, but just focusing on what's necessary to come here. You see how people be like, they say changes. How the saying go? This, what's the saying down here go? Changes, the times will changes with the times. If you don't change with the times, you have to change with the times, blah, 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 blah. Things don't stay the same. But that's on that aspect with having to do with new shoes, new products, new trends and shit. Yeah, trends, yeah, facts, and new shit like that, you know what I mean? But, that's like, everything they do down here is like an echo or a mirror of what's truly supposed to be changing and supposed to be put in order, the evolution or the actual change. That is not time. You know what I mean? So that is actual for planets, not only for planets, but this planet in particular and what we're going through, truly, and what everything is going through, basically, the whole evolutionary frequency everything is moving into, or already has moved into, as well as ourselves. So we don't, match with that. That's what truly is extending. So yeah, having to do with that, you know what I mean? The actual natural changes that's coming here and, beaming up with the source, you know what I mean? Not just what, is projected down here as an illusion to keep you in a, not only it just loops, but it just loops for sure at the end of the day, but like just to keep you, stagnant, keep you missing out. You know what I mean? That's a true missing out. People be missing out on, lame shit or shit doesn't really mean nothing. You know what I mean? But really missing out on life or true experience. But not to get off topic. But focusing on the extended picture, the future. What is necessary, what has to happen, what already has happened, you know what I mean? What doesn't truly trend, in the, let's say in the social world or whatever case may be, that doesn't trend on social media like that, you know what I mean? Of course, you can't look this up, how, Brother AF1 saying, you just said, so we've been saying as well, you know what I mean? Our X collective can look this shit up on Google. Nothing. You can look none of this up on Google or in books or whatever case may be. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So everything's extending and opening up. Nothing can be ignored. Peace, power, soul activation. I just want to touch on things like that. Yeah.
Peace, power, soul, and activation, and peace, power, and soul activation. Wonderful breakups by the brothers AF1 and Brother Cosmo. Again, check out Brother AF1 every Monday and Tuesday at 8:30 CST here on Podbean as Futurtarians Activation Channel. And you can check out Brother Cosmo here as Cosmo Uni 1. On YouTube, check him out as Cosmo Uni. Check him out, his fitness videos, his inspirational intelligence, and his reflection in as far as his point of view and Brother AF1's point of view. Check out Brother AF1 on his YouTube channel, also called Futurtarians Activation Channel. So, yes, we are once, bringing forth the collective solar G, and again, we understand that we are individuals at the same time, but we are all on the same frequency, or tapped into the same frequency. Again, being on one accord and further bringing forth unification in its power state, dealing with us activated golden beings, not being black people, not being regulars, but we're activated souls and minds, superseding race, because we're not racing with nobody. We ain't trying to compete with nobody. We're in our own lane, doing our own thing. So that's what really matters. No more, again, if you people who hear this and say that we're racist, no, because we're not talking about, any of that, because our focus is on the what? Focusing on the extended picture, which is the future, which is further pulling in intelligence next now. Shout out Brother Cosmo. But ultimately moving forward next now, we are ones, walking ones. And yeah, true power, true soul, mind, and true soul and mind activation. So that's what ultimately matters moving forward. And for the ones who, again, regularly come into this this live, again, what's next for you? You're here listening to these lives, but how do you benefit from listening to this if you're not coming over here? That's ultimately the question, for tonight, again.
Well, that's the thing when you're dealing with just the code systems. When you're dealing with 144, you go back to the hertz, 144 hertz, you're dealing with 144,000. When you break that, you add it up, it's a 9. That's breaking out the circle. It's breaking out the circle, but you're still attached to the zeros. So that's what 144,000 means. It means you're still attached to the zero mind frame. You know what I mean? Then what happens is once you break out the circle, you're still side by side with zeros, because that curved one it's actually a 1. So now you walking with zeros, and then you just gotta go ahead and just find the ones after that. That's why the number is 11. It's the top of the mind chain. There is nothing else after the number 11, because the number 11 can go for eternity. 11, 11, 11, 11, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Dealing with the quantum computer. Going to the quantum computer, it's all ones and zeros. Why do you think that the quantum computer is programmed by ones and zeros? Because they're showing you on this 3-dimensional realm, on this planet, that you're around ones and you're around zeros. What sequence are they going to go into the code system for you to decode it? That's why it's like overriding quantum physics, man. All ones. It's real simple. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. That's why I said, man, when we're dealing with scholars, doctors, professors, I always use these same examples, man, because we're not telling y'all a lot of stuff on the internet no more dealing with intel. So I always use this example. This guy that had went to college for 8 years, man, he went to college for 8 years. He was talking to me about politics. I was at the bar, and he was talking to me about politics and talking about the CV, the JB, and all this stuff. By the time I got done with him, he was looking at the TV on mute. What's mute, AF1? The number 11. You're going to have to see that number 11 to the day you die, man. Tap your phone. Go on YouTube, man. Tap your phone once. Go on Facebook. Tap your phone once. Go on Instagram. Tap your phone once while you're watching those videos, and you're going to see that 1-1 pop up. 9/11 was the first warning shot. 9/11 was the first warning shot. What happened? The 11s failed. That was a sacrifice. The 11s failed. Man, these people on this planet make my damn head hurt, man. We have to come back from the future, man, fucking through a portal and all type of other shit. And they still think it's a game. They still think it's a damn game, man. But we just gonna keep moving forward, man. Shout out to United Futurtarian Council seats. Man, we be moving around society, man. Just like, cause man, it's like whenever when you're protected by every third dimensional being, how you gonna lose? Every third dimensional being. Why? Because we created them. This is souls. This is not physical. Every being that's on a damn third dimensional platform, we created. You think we didn't put a genetic in them to protect shit when shit was supposed to move forward? Try to Google that. Try to Google that on Siri and Alexa and all them and see what pops up. No results. Going past artificial intelligence. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is sitting right here. It's like, man, y'all don't understand the power of a soul. People talk about that shit, but they don't really understand the power of it. Walking through this damn society, man. Look at Russia and Ukraine, all that stuff, man, because they extended, being extended, the extended picture, man. It should be called the 11 picture. Because we Xing out the 10, man. The 10's done, man. The 10, okay, go back to, I always have to put this out here. Go back to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Number was the 7. Dr. Malachi Z. York. Number was the 9. Intellectual Nuben Makare's number is the 10. Futurtarian's number is the 11. It is over. It's a wrap. After this, there is nothing else. Intel over information. Everybody on this planet is genetically modified to protect intel, not information. Let the Marines parachute into a different country and they be like, oh yeah, we got to get this information. You be looking at him like, information? What are you talking about? We need the intel. Oh, is it information or intel? No, we came here for the intel because there is nothing else. I always got to give these three-dimensional examples to let people know that that's all it's about. And y'all still want the planet to move forward. You want all this stuff to move forward. Y'all don't want nothing to move forward, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has an ego fucking problem. They don't have a mental, okay. When you're dealing with a chain of command, right? The chain of command always been mental chain of command. It's never been physical. The physical chain of command is just dealing with just like society and, you know, your job, or if you're in the military, or if you run a business or something like that. We're talking about mental chain of command. You already see our people when I did that video yesterday, that live stream yesterday, man. Black inventions into consistent intel. Do I gotta keep going? Rock and roll invented that. Jazz invented that. Hip hop invented that. Tap dancing invented that. What they turned to it they clog stuff. But still tap dancing. Because they're parasites, man. They have to feed off of somebody else's frequency, man, because they're not in the future. Just like the brother Zarea said, man, this is not about racism. This is about souls. That's it. Peace, Pawn Souls, activated AF1. I'm going to let one of the other brothers chime in. Go ahead.
Brother Cosmo, any last remarks from you?
Say, Yeah. Damn. I guess not. I guess not right now. No, I don't have any. But peace, power, and soul activation, futuritarians, and just more extension and eternal extension.
Okay, and we are the United Futuritarians. Check us out every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, starting with on Monday and Tuesday. Futuritarians Activation Channel by Brother AF1. Again, Futuritarians Activation Channel by Brother AF1. And Wednesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, we have the Next Tuesday Radio Show. Check us out tomorrow at the same time, 8:30 CST, and Saturday, 8:30 CST. So, we are one. We are one. Once walking, once bringing forth the future. We are telling you and telling you all the future. And, you know, either you're going to see the reality in what we're saying or you're not. So, we're not heartbroken or feeling sad and selling, it is what it is. So we're going to move forward and just keep doing what we have to do. Came down here to bring forth the activational shifting and evolutionary advancement and acceleration of the planet. So again, fuck what y'all talking about. Fuck Marcus Garvey. Fuck Frederick Douglass, fuck Martin Luther King, fuck talking about all of these things, all these people who, again, they did a disservice to you all as people any goddamn way. Again, knowing what they really were as people, again, it doesn't matter at the end of the day as far as, again, how iconic they were, because again, they still keep looping you all with these same people. They want to keep y'all minds still looped up with these figures that again, you don't even really know who the fuck they really were. But y'all still giving them props, and y'all still won't acknowledge the future that's right in front of you. That's always been in front. Again, moving forward as once, walking with ones, and just saying this in general, focusing on the extended picture. Yeah. Oh goodness. Moving forward, it's just at this point, there's no, again, your conversation is only going to be on two things, and it should be on one thing, really, the future. But most people are going to be trying to dibble and dabble and try to, take from here and there. And so, just to have a topic to talk about on YouTube, just to, again, because they like to hear themselves talk. They love hearing themselves talk so much that they just gotta just, again, be parasitic and toxic ass motherfuckers. That's why, again, they're, again, access denied. They can't tap in because we said so. As guardians of the gatekeepers, as guardians of the gateways, moving forward next. Now, again, the intel's coming to the right ones, and again, we're on point, moving from point A to point A, as with targets that are actually receiving and extracting these new rate codes next now. So you can check us out tomorrow, same time, 8:30 CST, again with further mind extension and slow extension next now. So again, Futuritarians Activation Channel on Monday and Tuesday, 8:30 CST, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, we have the Next Tuesday Radio Show. So peace, power, soul, and activation to us. We are one, beaming up and outer. Again, beaming up. That beam is a one. That further acceleration and soul propulsion upwards and hourly is where we're going and what we're doing next now. Unplugging from 3D and further staying immersed and plugged in and tapped into the 4D and beyond next now. Peace, power, soul, activation.